we don't know. He could be a vegetable when he wakes up or if he doesn't wake up, right? So you have to make a decision. Just pray. All we can say is pray.
Mm-hmm.
So I started hearing everybody praying, and I can literally, when I woke up, I told everybody what they said about me, to me, and what they were praying, their deep inner thoughts. So coming out of life support, I also can do that in reality. And I'll tell you stories maybe in another interview where I'm sitting at a dinner table and I can hear everybody talking and whispering, but nobody's talking. We're just eating, having a family dinner. And
Wow.
I
That's
stopped
incredible.
and I told everybody, I'm like, stop talking shit about me. Stop thinking about me like that. I'm not that person. Stop. And they're like, what? Whoa. And I'm like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this, you're thinking that, and you're thinking this. And everybody went stone cold quiet. And we went back to eating, and everybody's minds went silent. Yeah. So I told each and every person what they were thinking and everything.
That's intense.
Yeah. So okay. So right before, so when that happened, and something started happening to my body before I left this realm. So I started reacting. My body started reacting. So it was like I was able to come in and out of consciousness without waking up from life support. So I literally took off my neck brace because my body, your body, if your body dies, there's no coming back even if your spirit is alive. Like your spirit can be alive, come into a dead vessel, and it's not going to do nothing. Right? So what happened was, I think my spirit knew, and I needed to take off my neck brace because I was going to die. Because the way they had it, I couldn't breathe, and I was like suffocating, and I would have died. So my spirit came back into my body so I can have the power to take off my neck brace. So at that point, the nurses, my mom started screaming and crying. She came into the room and said, oh my God. And they're like, no, he's reacting or something, right? They called in the specialist came, told my mom he's giving signs, and they're like, is that good, bad? They're like, no, that's good. This is the time that we have to decide whether you want to unplug him or not. So there's more to the details. I'm kind of jumping a lot of spaces here, but I'm just jumping to the good parts. So then my mom said, okay, well, and she started talking to important people and families and my sisters, and they said she asked the doctors, if we leave him plugged in, what are the chances? They're like, well, then that could be worse. You have to decide, because this is when people have to decide. When as soon as you start moving, that's telltale signs, right, of something. So you either unplug him or leave him plugged in to be a vegetable, or unplug him to see if he's going to revive. So right when she was contemplating this, my spirit came out of the body again and left this realm. And that's when I went into this wormhole, into this tunnel. And I started seeing the hotel. So I started traveling out of the hospital. I seen everybody lined up in the hallways, how packed it was because of me, and people driving from different cities and people in different countries around the world praying for me. And I started seeing everything as I was leaving. And I started getting beyond this earth and beyond space and time to another dimension in this funnel. And it started going faster, and I started getting sucked into it so fast. And I was going like so fast. And it was crazy because it was leaving all the black and everything was just behind me going, and I was going super fast until I ended up seeing white in front of me, and I'm like, okay, I'm going somewhere. And I go, and I'm going so fast that it slows down right there before I can enter, and it was all white, and just right behind me was all black so I started knowing that I had to make a decision. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, if I start saying I want to go back, I'm going to go back to die at this point. So do I enter and say I want to come? Am I going to die and lose my body and lose my life if I decide to go through this? So right when I was contemplating this, Source asked me, my source, the one that calls to me, gives me answers and stuff, my source said, Are you ready?